Hello, everybody. My name is Maya Fulton, and today for my primate fact sheet assignment, I will be presenting on the Sumatran orangutan. Now, starting with the name and taxonomy for the species, the common name, like I said, is the Sumatran orangutan, and the scientific name is Pongo abellii. And now for all of the Latin all at once, the taxonomic position is order Primates, suborder Haplorhines, infraorder Simiiformes, superfamily Hominoidea, family Hominidae, genus Pongo, and species Abellii. And this is all, I got all this information from the website listed below. Now some species characteristics. The geographic distribution of the species is in Sumatra, particularly in North Sumatra, just right up here. And Sumatra is an island part of Indonesia, which is, you can kind of see down here, and it's right next to Malaysia, as you can tell. And then the physical description of this species, they're large, they have no tail, and they have that very typical shaggy reddish fur that orangutans tend to have. They have grasping hands and feet, really long arms. Their arm span is about 7 feet long, definitely longer than their legs. And of course, they have a pronounced sexual dimorphism. Males, like body size wise, males will be bigger. They will be heavier and taller than females. And then their face morphology is very different. So as you can see in this picture here, they have these big cheek flaps, and these, the larger they are, the more likely they're going to be reproductively successful. And they also have, the males will also have these laryngeal sacs or throat sacs, which allow them to do what's called long calls. And these long calls are actually used to either attract females or to fend off males from one male's territory. And then moving on to their diet is pretty much all fruits and vegetation. Of course, like a lot of other apes, they have been known to eat small vertebrates or eggs, things like that, tree bark. But this species in particular, about 90% of their diet is fruits, including ripe fruits, which is an important distinction. And then their social organization is considered semi-solitary, or some will call it loose community. And basically what this means is the males, in this case, they're almost completely solitary, particularly adult males. As soon as they are fully grown and they have their cheek flaps, they are going to go off on their own. And if they come across another adult male, then aggression and fighting is likely to ensue. On the other hand, females will be mostly solitary. They may travel in small groups, but they will certainly stay with their young for the years leading up to their weaning. And sometimes adolescent males and adolescent females will travel in small communities together, but again, as soon as those males are fully grown, they are more likely to go off just completely alone. And then finally, their conservation status of the species is unfortunately critically endangered. There are just over 13,000 Sumatran orangutans left in the wild. And the other two species of orangutans, for example, the Tapanuli orangutans, there are only 800 of those left in the wild. And then there's the Bornean orangutans, who are only considered endangered, but again, there just aren't as many left in the wild as we would prefer. And finally, some fun facts. So orangutans are the heaviest tree-dwelling animal, which is pretty easy to understand if you think about other tree-dwelling animals like some snakes, some birds, frogs, things like that. All of those are just dwarfed. Even lemurs and other monkey species, they're just dwarfed compared to orangutans. And the other fun fact I have is that they eat a lot of durians. And durians, if you haven't heard of them, are a very smelly type of fruit. And like I wrote here, the smell of them is usually likened to rotting flesh, smelly socks, or even raw sewage. So you can only imagine what an orangutan's breath must smell like. It's just got to be very unpleasant. So thank you for listening, and that's all I have for today.